Welcome to the Coach Leroy Ryals Show. I'm your host, Buster Crupton. Alongside me, the head coach of the Clarke Central Varsity Football Gladiators, Coach Leroy Ryals. And we're in week 2, but we took it on the chin in week 1, Coach. Big, mighty Marist team came down here and kind of had their way with us.
They sure did. Obviously, we didn't play very well, and they played well. I thought they had a good game plan, and they're a very, very tough physical football team that executed very well. So we came up on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
Game was hyped up. Marist came in, I think, ranked number 3 in Quad A. Clarke Central was ranked number 11 in 5A this year. And I thought both teams lived up to the bill in a very close game in the first half. But then we kind of came out and had a shaky start to the second half that kind of led to the downfall.
We sure did. And we kind of came out, probably my fault, the first play of the second half. I thought I had a good play on. And they guessed right. They brought some edge pressure, and we got a sack. And we ended up being second in like 20. So we kind of started with our foot in a hole off, so to speak. And things went downhill from there. So it was tough luck.
Marist had some excellent athletes, a lot of D1 prospects. Greg Taboda, the defensive end, kind of kept blowing up some plays in our backfield. Steve Wallace, the defensive tackle for Marist, rings another bell with me on guys that kept stepping up for them. The quarterback, Miles Willis, the Boston College commit, did real well.
He sure did. Miles does a great job of running that offense. He really does. They've been doing that offense for 30-some years probably, and they've been doing it since 7th grade. So that kid's been running that option since 7th grade, and now he's a senior, and so that's what 5-6 years he's been doing the same offense. And they do a good job of adjusting to whatever you give them. There's not a defense that they haven't seen, so they do a good job of adjusting. And we just had to figure out what we're going to give them. And unfortunately, we gave them a little bit too much.
Well, my tag team partner, Chet Wegman, and I were in the press box, and we were talking about just how simplified that offense looked. It was all bunched up in between the hash marks, and it was kind of like they waited for the play to develop. They waited until you committed one way or the other before they sprung into just the smallest of a seam. But even when they didn't pick up much yardage, they were getting 3 or 4 yards a clip. It was just a real hard offense to stop.
It really is. And it starts up front for them. They do a great job up front with their offensive line. They get in those 4-point stances, and they root hard out of there. And I thought the defensive line did pretty decent, to be honest with you, for their assignments on the option. It's just that we had some matchup issues on the quarterback, the way we tried to defend it a little bit. And when we made adjustments on that, they made another adjustment, and we just couldn't. The biggest thing is we turned the ball over twice, and we can't do that. And I thought I was really disappointed the way we played special teams. I thought we need to play great on special teams, and we did not. And I thought our offensive line would play a little better, could block them a little better, and we couldn't. So that was the end of that.
Yeah, I think another big key reason Marist had their way is they must have had 20 running plays to one pass play. And that kind of ratio just wears a defense down.
It does, but we kind of expected that coming in. But when they did pass, it was very effective. They got us on the one touchdown, a long play where they emptied the backfield and threw a little seam route. They got us on a 3rd and 5 with a waggle pass to the fullback. That was a very good play call on their part. And so we just couldn't kind of catch up a little bit. And we had to play a lot better offensively in order to give us a chance defensively.
Gotcha. Well, we could talk about it all day, but the result's still the same. Marist got us 30-13. We're going to go to the first quarter highlights now and take a look at exactly what Coach Ryals was talking about as far as Marist and kind of how they had their way. So, big game, Coach. Marist and Clarke Central, the first time they've ever met, and we've got to return the favor next year and go up to their place. But it was a big crowd.
It was a
the
nice
atmosphere
crowd.
was electric. It had a playoff-type feel to it, and I'm sure you like seeing the stands full on both sides.
Yeah, I know our athletic director, John Ward, really appreciated that. But, like you say, it was good. It was a fun atmosphere. And here's old Miles Willis again on what's called the midline option play there. And we don't do a good job of containing him, and he's out for the races. That was like 2nd and 20 right there. And they converted on that. This is the play I was referring to right here. They went empty, faked the toss, and hit us on a little seam route, which is a great call on their part, and got the ball down to the 1-yard line that first series. And that was a big play. They got us on that one.
Yeah, number 22, Gary King, did a lot of damage.
He's Franklin Stevens, a good friend of mine, who was the head coach at Tucker. Now he's down in Lamar County. He told me the 2 players that was the real deal were Miles Willis and the King kid, 22.
Another thing, Coach, I noticed they had a lot of guys that played both sides of the ball.
They sure did. And we thought we could wear them down a little bit, but that didn't happen. They They were tough kids, hard-nosed kids.
Condition.
Very tough condition. And here we are, the first play from scrimmage, I believe it was, the second play, and we run the OT play we called. And Rodney Willingham did a great job of making the safety miss. And he's down the sideline, and
picked up a great downfield block by Jaquan Dowdy there, too.
Yeah, it was nice. And so we were pretty pleased that first drive offensively. And here we are again. Let's see, we got
I think Cameron got in a little trouble here maybe and just had to scramble for his life. They were always pursuing. That was the thing with that defense.
You know, the thing about it is we couldn't pass protect like I wanted to. We actually had the guy open down the middle of the field, but he couldn't set his feet, so that was kind of disappointing as well. Here's old Rodney Willingham again. I thought he ran tough all night long. There was a tough 6-yard game right there. I think he had 112 yards of rushing.
He did.
On the night. He only had 12 carries. He also caught a couple balls on some screens and things of that nature too. So real pleased with him. This Cameron on a sprint out right here. Again, the Rodney Willingham on another catch. Good hands right there for a first down. And again, just kind of moving the ball in that first quarter, first series. And we thought that was going to be very key to the whole game, just to move the football and keep their offense off the field. Jelani Payne on the draw play right here. We don't quite block it like we want, but we got 4 or 5 yards off that. So, again, we're just moving the chains and keeping it moving.
Well, keeping positive flow going there. We're not moving backwards, moving forward.
We're moving forward. That's key. Here we are on a touchdown pass on a little screen play to Jaquan Dowdy. Great block there by 71 sophomore Chris Jones. So, we're tying the ball game up right now. So that's good, and we're in a dogfight, and we got to keep it going.
Well, and the biggest thing you answered, and I mean that was the first time the Gladiators touched the ball, came right back down the field, scored in about 3 minutes, and of course Jermaine added on the extra point. You're tied up 7-7.
Tied up 7-7, and I think it was in the first quarter. I believe it was tied up 7-7, and so we're in a ball game, and we feel okay about things.
Yeah, first quarter it went real quick. It reminded me a lot of the East Paulding game a couple of years ago when you got a team that controls the clock and they run so many running plays. That was like 2 possessions or 1 possession by each team, 2 possessions total, and we're going to the second quarter.
Yeah, and like I say, we kind of knew it was going to happen that way because of what they do. So, and I want to kind of slow it down a little bit on our offense. We're usually a lot faster than that, but I want our defense to kind of catch their breath a little bit and make the adjustment that they needed to make.
Gotcha. So we're going to go to the second quarter now, and Marist gets the ball back, and again, Miles Willis.
Miles Willis that's a veer right there, we just don't tackle him. Look, 2 missed tackles right there, and that was very disappointing. Another missed tackle. He's off to the races. We talked about tackling all week long, and and I think our kids have learned now that sometimes when we say something, it is pretty important. But we got good effort on the extra point. That's Drico Statham going hard over the edge. They're trying to get some effort there. Then we come out here and we throw a pick here. That was a great job by old Garrett King there, the defensive back. He is also starting running back. Cameron threw it behind the receiver, Jaquan Dowdy. Dowdy didn't run a particularly good route, and that's what happens.
Yeah, so Marist is in business, and they're deep in the Gladiators' territory right here early in the second half. But we get a turnover.
We get the turnover right back. That was huge. That really was. That was a good, great job by our defense getting the turnover and allowing us to get the ball back again. And here's a screen there, Rodney Willingham, another catch. I think he had 3 catches on the night. Takes us down a little further to get us in a better field position.
Seems like Rodney's got real soft hands, Coach.
Soft hands, quick feet. He really does. Here we are in play action right here, and Austin Johnson. That Austin Johnson, yeah. Key first down, running hard, real tough run after the catch, and moving the chains.
Yeah, nice second and third effort. And he's just a junior?
Junior, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Just a junior. This play, I should have ran this a lot more right here. It's my fault. And got a good block out there by Austin Johnson. Let Rodney Willingham run again real tough. And like I said, we're moving the ball here. We're moving the ball.
Well, and again, Clarke doing a good job of answering the challenge of their score, trying to match it, and doing a good job after the turnover. You're deep in Marist territory now.
Yeah, that's Jelani Payne on a nice, tough run again. And you notice it's nothing clean in there. Marist does a good job of playing off blocks and being tough and physical. But then we tried to run on the screen right here, and unfortunately they snuffed it out, and we had a missed assignment there by one of the wideouts, and so it stuffed us here. So now it's
I think that might have been a fourth down play. I'm not sure.
That was a 4th down play, turning the ball one downs. But here we get it right back. I mean, who was that? DeMar Stovall, I believe, forced a fumble.
Yeah, it might have been Kayvon Williams.
Kayvon Williams, he was on it. Kayvon Williams was on it. So our defense, I'm very proud of the defense at this point. they're playing well. We just got to get the ball in the end zone.
Right. Well, you're set up. A gift gave us a gift here, and then we cashed in, I believe.
Yeah, we cashed in finally. Who was that?
Cameron did Jaquan.
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw on a dig route there. Heck of a throw. He steps up in the pocket, throws it in there. 14-13, but then again we missed the extra point, and it's only 1 point though. But it kind of starts that thing spiraling downward. So again, I'm just very disappointed on special teams. We got to do much better job on that if we're going to be successful.
But even so, got a little bit of the momentum back. But then Marist, with 50 seconds, comes right back down the field, and here's a 47-yarder.
Yeah, and again, only reason he makes that because we fumbled. I think Rodney Willingham dropped the punt
on the punt return.
Yeah, we're gonna get the ball back with 50 seconds left to go in the half to try to do something, and we drop the punt, and they get the ball. Big momentum change right there.
Yeah, a very hard-fought half by both teams, but Marist is up 17-13 at half, and again, I just was very impressed with how Marist kind of pushed us around a little bit. We're, like you said before, very physical.
Very physical.
And had so many guys playing both sides of the ball, but we were sitting up in the press box like, okay, well, we're going to get them here because these guys are going to be tired.
Yeah.
And, man, when they came out, they just had fresh legs.
Now, one thing they do now, they got guys playing both sides of the ball, but they roll them in a lot. I mean, they'll play 8 linemen.
Gotcha.
They'll play 8, 9 defensive linemen as well. So they keep them fresh, although they're playing both sides of the ball.
Gotcha. Well, the halftime 17-13, Marist leads. We're going to go to the third quarter now and take a look at how we kind of blew some opportunities here.
Yeah, what play is this here? Yeah, we got a little. First play, we come out with a little hitch route right there to Jaquan Dowdy, and again, we got a little good play right there, but we got to be more consistent. We just didn't have that look in the eye right there. On the sprint out right here, Cameron's trying to sprint out, trying to throw the ball here, and hits old Jaquan Dowdy again. I think he had about 5 or 6 catches on the night. And again, we're moving the ball. We're in good shape. We just got to be more consistent.
So we're, I think, forced to punt here.
No,
that's right, false start.
We got a false start, but I think right here we got the penalty because they were saying things on the line of scrimmage, ended up being unsportsmanlike conduct on them. So that was a 15-yard on our behalf.
So the rule in there, you can move all you want to, you just can't be barking while the quarterback's trying to give it.
Correct. You cannot be. That's unsportsmanlike. You can't bark at the signals.
Gotcha.
And here we are again, play action. But see, we can't set our feet at the quarterback because we're not blocking very well. And Cameron leads Jaquan Dowdy a little too far there. He tips the ball in the air. And
there's that guy King again.
There he is again. Almost runs it back for a touchdown. That's the second interception of the night.
Yeah, he had a big night and very impressive guy. I guess some colleges are looking at that guy. They got to be.
He's very very impressive. And here's a hit of the night with Drico Stadium. I wish we would wrap up there, but he did a good job of reading that thing and saw the sweep coming his way, beat the block at the line of scrimmage, and came up and made a big hit. And I thought really that would get us going a little bit right there.
Well, the crowd surely enjoyed it. I don't think I heard the crowd holler that loud since last year when we hit that Flowery Branch guy on the crackback block. But fans enjoyed that play anyway.
Well, I'm glad they did, but we just got to – and then they come back here, we drop back, and they got us on a little wheel route with the back at the backfield. But look, again, missed tackles. And the thing that frustrates you, we were talking about that all week long, and I don't think our kids really bought into that.
Right. So Marist got a little bit of a pad on their lead now, but I think they might have missed the extra. No, they made that one. Made that.
We blocked the next one. And but here's Rodney Willingham on a nice little return right here, sticking it up in there, and we down got the ball at the 40-yard line. So we're still in the ball game.
Right.
We are still in this ball game. We just got to move the ball here. Again, pass protection breaks down, but Cameron does a good job of just spinning out of that, but he never can set his feet. So.
And there was a nice block on the comeback there. I think it was Denzel Maxey picked up a block for Cameron as he got chased out of bounds. But again, Marist having their way here in the third quarter, and it was not going our way. The ball just wasn't bouncing our way, and Marist was taking advantage of every little opportunity we gave them. And we had talked earlier last week, that was the kind of team you could not give things to.
Absolutely, because they're going to take advantage of your mistakes each and every day, each and every quarter. And so we were a little disappointed with that, and going to the fourth quarter, we're trying to come back and trying to make a game out of it. We just couldn't.
30-13, and the fourth quarter highs. There's not many, but we'll go ahead and take a look at them, Coach, and see what we got here.
Yeah, Stovall. I thought Stovall did a great job all night long doing his assignments. finally got the guy on the ground for a little bit for a minus game right there. But we just, like I say, consistency was the key. Here's Rodney Willingham again, another big run, going down the sideline there. We're excited about Rodney. He's done a good job transferring over and learning what to do right away.
Well, the good thing here, the Gladiators were down by a few scores, but I never saw anybody just totally give up.
No, we were looking for that. We want to make sure that we don't. And I think it's Chica Newcomb on that tackle right there doing a good job playing that option. And again, anyway, that's the end of the game. And again, we lost to a better football team that night. Hopefully, next time we play them, we'll be a little better, and we'll give a little better showing.
Well, final score from Billy Harrison Stadium: Marist 30, Clarke Central 13. First ever meeting between the two schools, and they'll go at it again in 2013 as we'll open up that season at Marist. So, again, I think nobody likes a loss.
Nope.
Nobody cares for a loss, but I think we can take something from this loss and realize, we got to work a little harder. We just got to execute a little better. And what positives did you see?
Well, positives were we, as a coach, it's hard for me to find positive anytime you lose. But I think some of the things we saw our defensive linemen play pretty well. I thought, as far as assignments, we saw a couple guys give great effort up front on the D line. Saw some good plays by Jaquan Dowdy.
Very good.
And things of that nature. Cameron, of course, I thought he played tough. He threw 2 picks, but he was under duress all night long.
Right.
But he had command of the offense.
Right.
You can definitely tell that. And things we just got to work on. One thing on Saturday morning, we just working on effort. I told the kids, the effort's on you. The mistakes are on us, but the effort's on you. So we just had a little come to Jesus meeting, so to speak, on Saturday morning, had to go outside and show them what effort should look like. And we've been really focusing on that this week. Just give an effort and don't worry about mistakes. We'll coach your mistakes on film.
Well, the good thing about high school football, you can't live in the past too long because next Friday rolls around very quick.
Absolutely.
And now we got to go on the road for our first time this year and face a very talented Central Gwinnett team in Lawrenceville.
Yes, very talented. Got a Division I prospect, or committee, whatever you want to call it. Trey Johnson, big linebacker going to Auburn. They've got the quarterbacks a prospect as well. Got a running back's a prospect. They got very good athletes. They're big up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We'll have a handful. They run a different type of offense. They're spread, no huddle. Defenses are similar as far as what they do as far as the scheme. I think they're a little faster than Marist is, but hopefully they're not quite as tough because if they are, they've got some athletes.
And you mentioned earlier they beat a very good, sound Collins Hill team last week, 28-21.
They sure did. They held on to the victory at the very end, and was very impressive, to be honest with you.
Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be in Lawrenceville. Kickoff's at 7:30 this coming Friday night. We're going to carry the game live on Clarke Central GITV. And for you folks that's never been to this place, the Central Gwinnett nickname is the Black Knights, and they've got a castle for a press box in the middle of their home bleachers. It's a real pretty sight to see. We'll try to show you as much as we can. If you can't make it to Lawrenceville to cheer on the Gladiators, be sure to tune us in on GITV. For the Coach Leroy Show, I'm your host, Buster Crumpton. Thank you for tuning us in. So long, everybody.